Hello, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a yoga empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. And today it's a beautiful day in Taos Lake House, New Mexico. If I don't say Taos Lake House, then I'll say Taos. And then some people don't like it. But I'm hooked on phonics, and that's just how I do. So today's a pretty good day. Yesterday I knew I'd do a talk because I got really stressed out. And so I just needed to take some time and just be chilled. I woke up Saturday, already had Saturday night. He'd gotten sick. He threw up like 3 times. Right at bedtime, he wanted out at about 10 o'clock at night, and I let him out, and he'd gotten sick. Then he'd gotten a couple sick, and then a couple times during the night, and had like stomach issues. You could tell that his stomach was in duress. And then that was Saturday night, so I didn't sleep Saturday night. And then Sunday night, and then so Sunday I woke up knowing the vet's not open, so I gotta look at all the cottonwood falling out of the tree. That's kind of cool to look at. Can you see it? All the floaties? Yeah, you can see all the floaties, like right in here. There's all these floaties. So and then Sunday night, it was like midnight. I gone to bed, and I woke up, and I gotten back up again to go check on him. And he had diarrhea, and there was an alarming amount of blood in his dark, runny stool. And so I freaked out a little bit because I was just like, oh my God, you know, I didn't freak out. I just freaking had to spend a lot of energy transmuting that fear. And so I prayed all night long, because that's night 2. I wasn't sleeping. And then I went out, and then so Monday morning I gave him a probiotic. And so when I got up Sunday, I gave him a probiotic, but at least he didn't throw up all night Sunday night. It was just the diarrhea. And then I was able to call the veterinarian, and they got him in at 3:45 that afternoon, yesterday afternoon. I think because they already knew what happened with Luna, you know. So they got me in and gave him a shot and gave me pills that I got to give him 3 times a day with this probiotic paste that's rebuilding the lining of his stomach. And so that was yesterday. And then this morning I was helping Mom change her pants, and I grabbed her. I accidentally touched her toe, and we already addressed this on Sunday, that she has a toe that's pink. It's starting to look like it's getting some kind of an infection. So now we're up to we're soaking her foot 3 times a day in Epsom salt, and we're also I got this mud stuff, this clay, this special medicinal clay that I got at the vitamin store, and you make a mud out of it. It's powdered, and you make a mud out and pack it, and it draws out all the toxins. So we're doing that too, and it doesn't hurt her too bad. She just don't go to the doctor, you know. She hasn't in years, and she don't like it, and she's not into it. So you know, I was thinking about how the older I'm 47, and it was such a cool thing. God gives us, He never gives us more than we can handle. The thing of it is He has higher aspirations for some of us than others. I mean, He has higher aspirations for everybody. But, you know, I think I kind of get the same consciousness that God is. That God, I don't think He helps people more than people are willing to help themselves. I think He gives us the power and the strength to endure. I just don't think people, you know, use that to their greatest ability. And when I was a little girl, I've had a lot of trauma in my life. I see, and I don't know how to compare it to other people. I just know my own, because people don't talk about it. I mean, I was raped when I was a 10-month-old baby. I had seen my mother sexually assaulted 2 times specifically. You know, there was other sexual assault for me, you know. And so every time this stuff happens, you know, you get scared. When I was like 7, I touched one of those electrical fences. I completed the circuit on those. I had my hand on it, and nobody told me about an electric fence. We never been around branches and stuff like that. So I just put my hand on it, completed the circuit, and freaking started doing this. My brother was next to me, and I felt like a kick in my leg, and it knocked me off the fence. And to this day, I believe it's freaking one of my guardian angels, you know. When I almost drowned when I was a little kid. I saw the light. I've had all these experiences, and then as life goes on, when I grew up, I went to the Air Force, and they gave me 6 anthrax vaccines. That's right, 6. You get 2 at a time. You get 1 in this side and 1 in this side. And I was like, I remember asking the nurse, why does it burn so bad? Why does it hurt so much? She's like, oh, that's because they store it in formaldehyde. All this stuff, man, it does stuff to your endocrine system. That's what I see the trouble lying is. We're going to have a society of people that because of these, they're already used to going around saying whatever they want. Just being belligerent and abusive to people because of these. And so now you take people's ability away to freaking like hold their shit, handle their, because their endocrine system is fried. It's going to create a lot of problems. And we're already seeing it. I mean, the stuff that's on the news, I need to stop altogether. I use news as like a variance of lets me know where people are their psychological state, and people aren't in a good psychological state. And all this stuff, I got this picture. I did a screenshot of this, and I was like, ever since I was a little girl, I've always drawn pictures of sun, and I've been into art for a long time, and so I know like where the sun. If you know where the sun is based on shadows, like here, if you look at the aircraft where the shadow is, and you look at the shadow on the ground of these people, dude, this is total Photoshop, man. This is all BS. This is I'm not saying that nothing's going on over there, but what they're trying to do, again, is inject society with a huge dose of freaking fear. At least I'm not hearing about all this freaking. I did have to put a face diaper on today to go into the vitamin store. That's the first time I put a face diaper on in probably 2 months. I think in the last time it was there because I had to go into there. It's been a couple months, but those are the fearful. People that are so fearful. And then that's another reason why they're doing all this, man. It's all placebo, man. If you tell people to be scared of something. See, I ain't never been scared of freaking nothing anybody told me I need to be afraid of. It's always the underlying. It's always, see, I'm like a predator magnet. I'm like an asshole magnet. See? And society has created a whole system where they do weird shit to kids. That's the storyline that I'm seeing everywhere. And I know it because I read my own police report when I was 13 years old on the account. And it took me some time to come to terms with that. But as soon as I read that police report, it was like, I get why my hip pops. I get why my gait. I walk on the side of my feet. I wear I get, all these things clicked and made sense. And then as I got older, I started noticing how society is created to perpetuate chasing sensation. See, it did something to me. It turned switches on when I was a 10 that shouldn't have been turned on until way later in life. But what that does is it induces sensations that people shouldn't know about until later in life, and then people their whole lives are chasing these sensations just because weird shit it's weird what they do. So it's like I've always denied my desires, not denied them, but I just made them less of a priority. I made other things a bigger priority. And Aries, Sun, Scorpio, Moon, Cancer, Rising, I'm a sexual being, but that's the thing is we have free will. Just because I'm a sexual being doesn't mean I need to go out and freaking be, exchanging energy fields with whoever, because all that instant gratification is what people are looking for. They're looking for a release. They're looking for that break, And a lot of people get that through sexual means, but there's karma attached to that. There's freaking diseases attached to that, I mean, think about what society does. Little babies are born, boys get trucks and girls get dolls. Let them freaking, I always just played with my brother's toys and stuff like that because dolls and stuff were stupid. I knew I was never going to fucking grow up, and I never wanted to, I didn't like men. Men weren't I never, because of my life experience, and I've seen a lot of really bad examples, and I know it's not all of them. I know that there's plenty of really freaking balanced men. There's a couple good dudes over here, that just changed the serpentine on their car. They came out, to help their buddies out, and that's what community's about. And I really have a hard time. I never freaking disliked anybody or thought less of anybody because of the color of their skin. It's always been the content of their character. And now we're getting to a place in society that we're past that. No, you people that have so much that are sitting in the, people need to do more. People need to do in their own communities, because all these freaking siphoned, all these all these government agencies, dude, they're all freaking to siphon, life force energy, creating stress. I mean, look what they did. The old boy freaking creates all this, upheaval, but it's all freaking pageantry, man. And then he goes on vacation just so people will get pissed. And all this stuff is like in alignment with the freaking astrology too. So it's like, it's like, oh, these planetary alignments coming up, so these people with these characteristics, if they're, prone to fear and stuff like that, let's do something. Let's give them a reason to be fearful, because anytime anything happens on this world on a mass scale and people start living in the fear, it freaking strokes the economy, and then you can make more resources for these freaking evil wicked, and evil wicked. We don't need to get into the nasty, cannibalistic side of what these people are, because you do enough coke, you drink enough booze, you don't care about what you do. You're just going to go along with your freaking mental midget buddies too, because that's what you do. Because people that can't think for themselves, they are dying for other people to think for them. And as you can tell with all this crap that's going on around here. So, yeah, it's weird. It's weird what society is turned into. And I look at all these people. I see people in their freaking, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000, $100,000 cars. And I'm just like, what the fuck are you doing for other people? And then the other part of me is like, Marge, you don't know what they're doing. They could be, I'm like, no, they're not. Because people like them don't know it. Because my whole entire life, like for example, the name Jason. How many Jasons are there in this world? And how many? So it's not that it's like there's a certain kind of personality that people have that would name their kid Jason, right? Right, and then the Jasons all usually have the same kind of temperament, personality. I mean, they're really all kind of the same. I've never really met an exceptional human being named Jason. I'm not saying they don't exist. I'm saying ain't none of them across my path. Maybe they will one day. Anyway, and then you have the Richards. How many Richards are seriously dicks? Quite a few. So I'm a Marge. I'm one of those like Aunt Marge, Tell Marge, that's what Marge is. We're just kind of the tried and true, Maybe there's a Margaret out there that's just a completely D-bag. Maybe I'm that Margaret. Who knows? Because I can be cantankerous. Cantankerous. I only get riled up when people are freaking rude and assholes. And then I match their energy. Yep. I try not to. Maybe one day I won't. I'm still a spiritual being having a human experience, and Lord knows I ain't perfect. So, anyway, I think that's about it. I gotta get home. It's 2:14. I gotta get home, start uploading this, and I'll have to give Artie his antibiotic here before I know it. He's getting this stuff 3 times a day. So, anyway, one of the reasons why I do these little talks is to get this stuff off my head, is to get this stuff that, clear my thoughts and clear my mind. And I'm really fortunate that I'm coming into a fellowship, a fellowship of folks that are, so willing to help each other out. Because I've seen it. I've seen I've been a part of the Air Force. I've been a part of the Fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous, and everything has cliques in it. But they all say that they're policy, that everything's but everything is cliquey, man. And if people don't like you and you don't fit into the right places that can do the right things, you might find yourself in a very tough position here in the next couple years. So, word is people are coming more into their heart space and their desire for freedom, autonomy, things like that, but hopefully I'll keep doing these, but I just really want to focus on making the community in which I live a better place to be. So that's about all I got for now. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.